the reason I'm going to keep bringing their names up, and Merkley too, it's not to pressure the Sharks. It's not to question the decision-making. It's not to force the issue. The reason I'm going to bring their names up is because I'm selfish and curious. All right? Like, you're probably feeling the same way. This is for us. We want to know. We're excited.
Here's Brody Brazil.
Time will prevail, but I think that the idea and the goal in mind this season is to make the roster more seasoned, more difficult to crack, to provide competition. And look at Eklund and Bordeleau, went all the way out there with the team, didn't play in the preseason game, didn't play in either of the regular season games. It was an expanded roster, so maybe their trip out there was to keep them with the team, to reward them. Maybe there was an idea all along that they wouldn't play. But it'll be interesting to see when they do, because they will at some point. And I said this on TV, you kind of know, the journey. I take it back. I think how I want to say it is this. You know the destination for Eklund and Bordeleau. And Ryan Merkley, for that matter, too. I really think you understand where they will be in the year 2024. Developed, regular, every gamer, key part of the team, however you see it. But you generally have that idea. It's just a matter of how do they get from here and now till then? How many twists and turns does it take? When do they get called up? When do they stick? When do they get it and latch, And is it partly up to them? I guess, but it's partly just things playing out, how they do. Some players, it takes one call up and that's it. And that's it. They'll stick. Other players, like remember Tomas Hertl. Now he's a guy that's always just been there. But remember when he was never a centerman? He was a winger and they tried him at center and then that didn't work. And is he a top six guy? Is he a third line guy? You know what I'm saying? It takes some time. Trying to think of another player who kind of had the whole ups and downs or there wasn't, you knew what they turned out to be, but you kind of forgot about those initial stages of getting there. We're in those initial stages of getting there for a lot of these guys. So what I'm here to say is, yeah, I'm interested. I'm curious too. I'm confident in where and how they'll end up, but I don't know as of right now the precise path of how things go. Are they going to be on the Barracuda this year? Are they just going to put together a monster Barracuda team, dominate, and then start plucking them one by one? Be like, all right, Eklund, your turn. All right, Boards, your turn. All right, Merks, come on up. I don't know. What will they do? When will we see him? I'm sure it's been communicated to those players. That's one of the things about David Quinn is, in working with collegiate athletes like he did before kind of entering in the NHL coaching sphere, you'd have to think that he understands young people really well. Got to communicate with them. I'm sure he has. Hey guys, here's what I'm going to do. Here's how we're going to do this with you. Just so you're not sitting there wondering and waiting. I just want Eklund and Bordeleau to be ready and fresh and primed for the opportunity whenever that happens. And, it's weird. Eklund is from Europe, so you think in a way it's not like going far away. It's like going home for him in almost a sense. Same continent at least. The reason I'm going to keep bringing their names up, and Merkley too, it's not to pressure the Sharks. It's not to question the decision-making. It's not to force the issue. The reason I'm going to bring their names up is because I'm selfish and curious. All right? You're probably feeling the same way. This is for us. We want to know. We're excited. And there's a handful of other Sharks players too. Ko, Weisblatt, and beyond. I don't want to spill all the names out there, but I'll tell you, this is a year. This is a year for you too, and it's not just because of their new rink and exciting times and all that stuff. This is a year for you and I to pay more and better attention to the Barracuda. Right? Because what happens over there, I'm not even going to say down there anymore. Now that they've got their own rink and they're, just down the road east, that way, southeast, over there, I want to know what's going on over there a lot more than I have in recent years, because it matters. There's going to be some players there that matter. And you know what? John McCarthy, their coach, full respect to Roy Sommer, by the way, off to a new opportunity in San Diego. But really like Johnny Mack, former Sharks player, had to leave the playing game due to a heart condition, a rare situation. Great guy, though, great teammate. Shark players always loved him. Turned out to kind of be a career captain of the Sharks AHL team. Now he's their head coach. It's really cool. But I think he will do a good job in priming those players for this opportunity. It's definitely not just a head coach's decision of, well, you guys are in, you guys are up, you guys are down. This at this point, right? Because Quinn and Greer and everybody else on the hockey side, like they know who these young players are, but they have not even got the opportunity necessarily to see them over months and years at a time. But my point there is that's all group decisions. Guys, hockey side, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Yeah, this do you think? That's what I think. Okay, here's what I think. Are we going to go with this? Okay, here's what we're going to do. Done. So to think that, now playing time, like game management, that's a different story. You're not, the GM is not the head coach on the bench during the game. But in terms of who's going to go where and what and how long and try this or what opportunity, that's usually a group decision on the team side. Can they just send Boards and X down now so that they can dominate the AHL and do the proving that Quinn wants? And again, that's kind of, I was not like joking or exaggerating. Maybe they make the Barracuda like a monster team and kind of get them riled up, give them some success, October, November, December, let them like feel really good and then say, all right, pluck, 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 pluck. Maybe. I don't think that's, if you're a Sharks fan, I know you're urgent. You're like, let's get them up. But it's kind of like cooking. You can't bake the cookies like after 5 minutes and be done. It just doesn't work that way. Or the macaroni and cheese is not even close until the water's boiling, Bad examples.